All right, everybody. It is I, Xilestar, and today I'm going to be showing off this script for that I have for the mystical relic, as you can see over here. So, of course, you got to have the name of the script, which is what I put here. You can change it to whatever you want. It doesn't have to be this. I particularly just to dissect this a little bit. So what I do is that I put my special little thing, which is 0AXM, so that it's always at the top of the script, so that I can easily just get to it if I need to. I classify it here, so I classify it as an item, so I put that after the fact, after the mod ID kind of thing that I put here, or the editor ID. So though at the very least, though, like it's so that all my items are together. So if it breaks another item kind of thing, I can always fix it. The name of the object, obviously, I didn't name it Mystical Relic, but I named it Mystic Relic here because, well, it was originally called Mystic Relic, but I just never changed it to Mystical Relic in here. And then obviously the scripts, though, like if I were to make the item the item editor ID is this this changes it, so though like this is the script version of what this item is. So credits to Drake the Dragon for helping me out a lot with this item. He was a very big instrumental help with just getting this item to work and function properly and everything. The video, so this will be like where the video link will be when you go into Pastebin and you look at this script. You'll see this. So obviously we need to assign some variables here. So we need float as arm. Float is always just a really good to assign for variables because this is the only one that handles decimals, and usually it's always safer just to go with floats. Even if you're going to be using like full numbers like 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. Floats is usually kind of good though. But if you know for a fact that there's never going to be a decimal, use it. Reference. So this is actually pretty cool. So you can actually put references in item scripts, which is what this is. So pretty much what I have this one doing is that it's just supposed to make sure that anybody who wears the who equips the object or uses the object will actually be able to get the effects kind of thing. So these are mostly just for the options in particular. So we're gonna get into these later on, but these all can be short, they can be long, that you can also put them as floats. I like to sort them based off of that. So as you can see though, like they're alphabetical, like floats are on top, references are in the middle, and then shorts are on the bottom. All right. So the first thing that has to happen is that we are going to begin the object as when we so we're going to begin when we equip the object. So begin on equip means that when we equip the object, we are going to execute what's in this, what's considered a block. So all of this will trigger as soon as we equip the object. So we're going to display an initial message. What would you like? I put, what would you like, master? You could put anything here. You could put hi, and then it'll still do the same exact thing. But you have to put it in these quotations. So you just put like whatever you want here, or you can leave it like that. It's all up to you. So what would you like, master? Do you want to enchant an item? Do you want to make a spell? I know it says enchant item, make spell. Repair or nothing. So these are the options that we're going to be giving the player. So these are all the said objects, or all the options that we're going to be doing. So we're going to make sure that this script identifies that we have actually shown the choices kind of thing. And that we're also going to set the owner's get container. This will make it universal, so that any NPC or player that uses it can actually use the object, even though only the player can technically use it. So there's that. So we also need to make sure though that like we can set this variable, which we named as arm. You can name it whatever you want. I don't recommend naming it as armorer or something like that, because it might cause future issues. Yeah, because it might cause future issues. So like if I name this armor, it might conflict with this one, so don't do it. So what this is actually going to do is that this will store what your current skill level is. This will be useful later on, as you will later on see. and we need to make sure that the object identifies that the player has made a choice, right? So if I click enchant item, this makes it so that like it registers that I clicked enchant item. So, and this will be yeah, this will be so that with the like the button has been pressed. So when you've pressed a button, so you press this button, this button, this button, or this button, right? So begin game mode. So while the game is running in the background, kind of thing. So while you're walking around, kind of thing. Let's say you're going into a dungeon, kind of thing, and you hotkey the item, kind of thing, or you activate the item. Blah blah blah. Right? Like you activate the item. So here's what's gonna happen. So if repair equals 1, so this says equals equals, but this is how it identifies as equal, right? So if repair equals 1, so if the repair choice was chosen, which we will get to in over here, right? And if arm is less than 100, so if arm is less than 100, we are going to reset the skill level back to where it was when the effect was used. And then that's going to end this little if statement right here. And then this will prevent the spam of the next few commands. This is the only way to do it through vanilla to prevent spam. But unfortunately, it's not as efficient as OBSE, but it's fine. It's useful for certain things, right? And then this will obviously remove the object of a repair hammer because that's kind of what we want. So we must remove the free repair hammer that was given, and then we will set repair to 0 so that we can make this choice yet again. All right, so here's what happens whenever you actually do make the decision. All right. So if choice equals 1, so if the choice was given, and we're going to set the button to get a button, obviously. So get button pressed, right? So which choice did you choose? Now, if you chose to enchant an item, so if option 1 was chosen, we're going to then reset the item back to its original state. This will make it so that like we can make another choice after the fact, right? And then we're going to show the enchantment menu. All right, because we want to enchant an item, we're going to go and enchant an item. Seems very simple, right? So now that we're enchanting an item, we're going to go do whatever we need to. That sounds self-explanatory, right? But let's say we didn't enchant an item, but we wanted to make a spell. So if option 2 was chosen, we're going to reset the item back to its original state, but we're going to show spell making menu. So this will be just showing you the menu that you can make spells with, obviously. So if option 3 was chosen, this is pretty much like the bread and the butter kind of thing of this entire thing. So obviously we need to make sure though that like we can obviously make the same decision, of course, and then this will do the same exact thing. We do need this here. So if arm is less than 100, we need to reset the stat, obviously. Then we need to make sure that it prevents spamming. But this time we're going to be adding a repair hammer to the inventory. The reason why we are going to be adding a repair hammer is in case the owner doesn't have one. So that we can now use the repair hammer, right? Oh wait, yeah. So this is like, yeah. So this is just so that like we take full advantage of the master's bonus of never breaking repair hammers. That's what this line was. Not that we reset it. This was though we take advantage of the master's perk. That's what it was. And then we set repair to 1 so that though like this identifies that we are in repair mode. And then this will prevent spam of the next few commands, blah, blah, blah. Then we will equip the repair hammer so that though you get into the repair menu. And then obviously that's when this part kicks in, right? So this only kicks in whenever whenever you hotkey it. But what if you equipped it in the menu? Well, that's where this comes into play. So while you are in the inventory menu, so begin menu mode, so this menu mode in particular is when you are in your inventory. You can obviously also just say like begin menu mode, and then you can also do something like this. If you add an extra line, I prefer doing this. So you can also do if menu mode in here as well. You can also do this. You can do that too. So you can get rid of this little tidbit over here. So you can get rid of this little number here, and you can add this. I recommend doing this on all things like this. It makes it much easier. So this does exactly the same thing as this, except for this will trigger if you do not have this, right? So if you do not have this number, let's say, this will trigger anytime you're in the menu. All right? This will trigger anytime you're in the menu on a specific tab, I believe. I think it's if it's in your inventory. So you can set it as an if statement too. I do it on some items, but that's for later video, right? So if repair equals 1, so if the repair option was chosen, and if arm is less than 100, obviously, we must set the arm skill. Oh no, this will be the reset. Yeah, so this will be the reset. And then, yeah, so this is just a repeat of before, right? So this is just... Yeah, then after what it does is that it resets your character. Like, it resets your thing, right? And that's pretty much what this does, though, pretty much. Like, the menu mode and the game mode are identical because of the fact that you can hotkey the object. Now, I will be sort of... I don't know if I should mention it here, but I will just so though it's in the wind, right? I am thinking of changing the script entirely, specifically about the repair options. I have a feeling I could do a better job at doing it, but for right now, this works. I can literally show you. Hang on 1 second, and we'll go boot into the game. And this is not the version I use. My version does not have these comments, but it's same thing. The comments don't do anything. So I'm going to show you guys in game of how this actually does work. Alright, so now that we are actually in the game, as you can see, I'm on my very special island over here. So here's the item. It can be any item. I don't think it necessarily needs to be a miscellaneous item, but that's what I chose. And it does in fact work, so I'm going to say choose a miscellaneous item, pretty much. So we're going to hotkey it just so I can show that it works in hotkey. But if we were to right-click, so if we were to click this, you'll notice that it says you cannot equip this item. That's normal. So what would you like, Master? So obviously you can see that we have 4 options here. We have enchant item, make spell, repair, or nothing. So I'm going to click enchant item. It works. So let's say, oh no, I clicked the wrong option. We can exit, we can click it again. Same idea, this is just going to be very annoying. Make a spell. Ah man, I clicked the wrong option again, but as you can see, we can use the spell menu. Alright, so let's try repair, right? Let's see, do we have any items to repair? Ah yes, we do. We do indeed. So here's what I mean, how the script works. That's very fun. Let's see here. Okay, so my armor is at 100. Oh no, oh no, we got a random curse here that decreased our armor down to 50. Oh no, look at that. We are now a journeyman. So now, if I were to use, let's say, a repair hammer now. I kind of have to do it this way. So let's just grab all 10. Why not? So if I were to grab, let's say, the repair hammer, I cannot repair the objects. You can see this. And because I cannot repair the objects, I guess they'll stay at 100, right? Wrong. Because we forced... Well, not really forced. We changed our player actor value of the attributes of the armor to whatever it is, which we've set it to 100, it makes the game think that, oh, our skill is at 100 now. So that means that I can right-click all these and have a never-ending repair hammer. And as you can see down here, I have 11, but that doesn't make any sense. I have 10, right? So if I exit out of this, you'll see that I have 10 again. And look, my armor skill is still 50. Oh my word, what's going on here? Right? And as you can see, if I were to do this, enchant item, boom. Except for it doesn't have that annoying message, which is interesting. Weird. And as you can see, same idea, same premise. It still works. And as you can see, my armor skill doesn't technically get jumped up to 100 like it did the first time I did the script. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So all you need to do is just go into the construction set, drag drop it to an item, create a new miscellaneous item if you want, drag drop, and create. That's it. It doesn't have any hidden variables or anything like that. It's purely vanilla. So that way though, like you don't need OBSE, you don't need like another master file or anything like that. You just go into the CS, add script, and then you just add it there. That's it. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this script video. And I'll see you guys for the next item.